Hello. Welcome back to the Podcast, where we never miss a week of uploads. Not even for a month. In 2 weeks or so. We always win. Um yeah, shit happened. Um something came up, but I'm trying to get back into the groove of things and recording videos and doing the podcast and all this. Just makes me happy. So I'm gonna keep on doing it. Uh I was honestly thinking like this is the gym episode. This is the gym episode. But I think I'd rather have more things figured out with it. I think I'd much rather just talk. Um I'm gonna just talk for like the next hour or so. Let it all out. I'm not gonna get into anything personal again. Um yeah, how has the last month? Um it's been okay. Dude, it's okay. So the day I'm filming this, it's March 28th. Like, it's about to be March is basically done at this point, which is wild, wild thing. This year's going by so fast already. Every year it does. Um, yeah, I turn 20 next week. I turn 20 next week. Okay, that's the episode now. This episode's gonna be. It's just gonna be about the past 2 decades, I guess. Since I'm turning 20. Um, yeah, this is the Teddy lore episode of the podcast. I found that out now, uh, in the middle of me recording this. So good on me. Um, Start. I was born in Hawaii on the Big Island. And I had horrible lungs, horrible lungs. So um I moved to California when I was 4. Not much happened. Um, in Hawaii that I remember, obviously, because I was a baby. I remember not being able to speak until I was 2, and I have this very vivid memory of me hula dancing and getting the choreography wrong. So that's fun. That's very cool. Um, I was really into Power Rangers. I remember also distinctively, on the plane to California, I was I had a Power Rangers. I believe it was Operation Overdrive. It was the Red Ranger. It was the red Overdrive Red Ranger in my hand, playing with it on the window, of the plane, viewing over the city while we were flying down. And I also remember being like the only ones on the plane. I could be speaking out of my ass. I could be speaking out of my ass. I actually started reading this new called "You Are Not So Smart" by David McCraney, and what was the chapter? Um, Confabulation. Um, a lot of your memories are just made up, and when you try to recall on shit, it just isn't true. Um, so yeah, that I think that happened. I'm like 99% sure that happened. So yeah, I also have this memory of me walking silly and then running into a fridge and crying. That's pretty tight. Um, I remember actually also, I was a horribly sick kid, so I would constantly be in and out of like the doctor's office because I just had a fever at all times. And not too long ago, I'd say I think 2018 when I visited Hawaii, um, um, I saw the doctor again, and when he saw me, he was like, He didn't say what the fuck, but he was just like, "Whoa, you're like an adult, not an adult. I was 16. You're like, whoa, you were like you're like a person." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm alive." And he's like, "That's surprising. That's really surprising because I was that sick, bro." I think that's one of the main reasons why we left Hawaii. Um, so yeah, so we leave Hawaii and head to San Diego. Um, and I don't remember too much from there either. I remember also still like having I remember having a memory of being having a cold again, having a fever, my mom putting like a wet rag on my forehead. Um and yeah. I remember also overfilling the sink. I'm just going through all the thoughts in my head from when I was a child, I guess. But yeah. I'm going through all the memories in my head because I'm trying to just think of stuff to say for the next hour. Um Still pretty sick. I remember there was a Jollibee close by, and I would constantly eat the Yum Burgers. Um, on top of being like sick in Hawaii, because my lungs were so shitty and like I was just breathing in constant ash and soot. I also had acid reflux, like a horrible acid reflux. So whatever my mom was able to shove down my throat, she would shove it down my throat. It was a lot of Vienna sausage, a lot of that was basically it, bro. Vienna sausage and Yum Burger from Jollibee, and that's it. Like that was what I ate off of for a while. Um, and I was just always been really picky of an eater as a kid, and yeah. Um, couple years later, I just not even a couple years later. I probably that same year I went to elementary school, and I went to like there were a bunch of like there were a bunch of elementary schools around in the area, but I'm pretty sure I went to the most boring one. Um, yeah, I went to the most boring one out of all of them. I'm not gonna disclose the information, but yeah, I went to a very boring middle elementary school, and then yeah, not much happened. I remember basically having a crush every school year, but none of them liked me back. And that became very damaging. That became bad. That became a very unhealthy part of my life. Um I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into my psyche. Maybe I will. We'll see. But elementary school. That was shit. Well, when was what year was that? 2009ish. No? Yeah, 2009ish. Um I remember all of it. I remember the exact layout of the entire building. They'll be changed a shit ton since then. But yeah. Um I remember having this one memory of I kicked a soccer ball, and um it was just flying over and over, just spinning in the air, and it took like 5 seconds to fly over to this yard duty's face. And the entire time in the five, it was a long 5 seconds. I could have been all like, "Oh no, watch out, watch out!" But all I did was just like, "Oh, oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, oh no, ooh, this is gonna suck for them," and I can't do anything about it. And then it would hit them. I'm like, "Oh, my bad. Oopsies, oopsie poopsies." Um, I was a really awkward kid. I still am a very awkward person, but I didn't know how to make friends. Um, I did. I had some. Um, I wasn't that social. I would talk to people, I guess. There was sort of a friend group that was formed, but I don't really talk to any of them anymore. Um, oh, I remember distinctively. There we would play soccer in the field, but it wasn't really soccer. It was just who could kick the highest. That was it. Who could kick the highest? I sucked. I was not an athletic kid at all. So I didn't kick that high, and I thought that I was such a shitty, like, in terms of quality of person. I thought I was the shittiest motherfucker around. I thought that you could not do any worse for a human being because I could not kick high, and then that snowballed a lot into middle school. But we'll talk about that later, dude. Middle school was fucking crazy. So was high school. And so was right now. Anyways, um, yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of more memories. My fifth grade teacher fucking hated me. Um, oh, I remember the exact moment where I realized that I liked making people laugh. Um, it was we were listening to this song, and it was pretty cringy. I don't remember the song, but I would like constantly switch. I would like switch back and forth between cringing at it and laughing at it, and like cringing. I would switch between cringing at it and like being really into it, like back and forth. And people started laughing, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I could do things, and people like would feel good around me. Holy shit! So that's what I that's when I found out I like to make jokes. And I would hone that art over time, I guess you would say. Um, and oh shit, I remember, dude, my fifth grade teacher fucking hated me, dude. I think it was because I was loud and annoying and brown, probably has something to do with that. Everything it has something to do. Being brown has something to do with everything. There's a little bit of it. Um, my third grade teacher, I'm still in somewhat contact with because she goes to the place I work at. Like she shops at my store every now and then, which is it's always fun to see her. I remember having like a crush on her because she was like the youngest teacher, and I was like, she's the youngest. This is the most attainable for me. I think that was the link I made. I was like, if I she's pretty, I guess. um, and if I didn't know what dating was, dude, I thought when you turned double digits that you were essentially an adult. Um, so I was that was kind of my rebellious phase where I was all like, ugh, I don't need to listen to you, mom, dude. I'm gonna move out already, in like fucking first grade. So that's fun. But yeah, that was elementary school. I also I have this one memory from elementary school that also just constantly loops in my brain. Um, I remember it was we would have to run 4 laps around the field, and that would be a mile, and the average was 12 minutes. But I sucked at running. I sucked at running, so I would just walk the majority of it, and I would go. Everybody would do the lap. Everybody would do the mile. They would finish it, and I was the last motherfucker on the field, bro. I was so fat and so bad, and I had a friend of mine come through and was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna do this together. Let's just go." So we went, but we didn't even really fucking run. We just walked the last lap, and I didn't even finish the fucking mile, by the way. I only did 3 laps. And then my teacher, when we finished, she was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! You got it right before 12 minutes." And I'm like, "No, I only did 3. I only did 3 laps." And she's like, okay." And we just went back to class, and I think about that constantly now. um, I can definitely run a mile. I can run a mile in a decent time now. Probably not amazing. Um, I think the last time I'm running a 5K soon, by the way. Um, yeah, I'm gonna run a 5K soon. In May. I just signed up for it last night. So, yeah, I can run. I think I did. I don't remember the exact marking for. Maybe I can look this up. There was one day where I just ran a mile straight to see how far I could go if I just didn't stop. And at 1.45 miles, I was at 11 minutes 38 seconds, I believe. Let me see. Uh I can run a mile now. I can run a mile in a decent amount of time. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. I can run a mile. And just fucking elementary school back then, bro, I just was not physically inclined like that. So we can skip to middle school. Middle school, that shit was ass. All of the insecurities from elementary school kind of bottled up, and I was all like, shit, I fucking suck. I I hated myself, bro. I was my biggest op in elementary school. I did not like the way I looked, the way I talked, the way I like fucking. I just did not like anything about myself, and it was so weird. Trying to walk around and try to find value in people while I was hating myself. I hated myself so much. I remember that was when I got into Smash Bros. That was when I got into Smash, and I was like slightly above average at it, and I got really into it, and I was all like, okay, this is my thing. This is where I'm gonna find my value. Nothing else is gonna work because I suck. This is it. I'm gonna become a pro Smash player. See ya. And my mom was like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. So, um, yeah, that was middle school. Not There's a lot more middle school. I got heavily infatuated with a girl who became my best friend for a while, and then we haven't stopped. I haven't really talked recently. Um, and that was a big part of it too. I felt a lot of I've I fucking sucked, dude. It was middle school though. I'm not gonna blame myself too much. That was also when I more started learning about that was when I more got into YouTube too, I feel like, where I started watching YouTube just basically nonstop. Um and yeah, I remember we moved apartments. We lived in this apartment for a while after um I'd say like third grade-ish. We moved to the apartments that's closer to my school. So we we went there, and honestly, I didn't watch as much YouTube as much because I liked going outside and playing with friends. But then recently, not recently. What the fuck? Um, after that, we moved again to an even smaller apartment, a very shitty apartment, and that's where I would spend a lot of my time watching YouTube, and that's where like the Sky does Minecraft, the Dan TDM, the occasional PewDiePie, like that scene of YouTube really started morphing who I was. Oh, Smosh, dude, Smosh, hella Smosh, Smosh to this day, honestly. 2010 Smosh, that was something else, bro. Obviously, also in middle school, I got way more into Smash, so a lot of Smash content creators, a lot of Smash tournaments. The YouTube bug was starting to kind of itch at me a bit because I was like, you can play games and get paid for it? Oh my flippin' god. Um, so I wanted to do that. I wanted to get paid to play video games. Yeah, that's definitely where I was mentally in middle school. Hated myself. I think, yeah, it was 6th, 7th grade specifically. I really hated myself. I wanted to play video games and get paid, and I wanted to do YouTube. But then in eighth grade, I was watching the Game Grumps, and I heard Aaron Hansen say the word self love, and I was all like, "Fuck, you can do that? You can love yourself? Holy shit!" So I started trying to implement it into my life, and that was a huge game changer for me. Yeah, stopped getting infatuated with that one girl. I was all like, okay, let's let's get over this self-image shit. Like, you can change this. You have control over this. You can, like, there's so much more life to live. Let's not try to throw it away right now. I remember, in sixth grade, like sixth, seventh grade, I had a very vivid image in my brain where people were at my funeral but celebrating and like really happy that I was dead. Sparkling cider and everything, balloons, like that. That was what was going through my brain a majority of the day. So that's why I had such bad mental issues, is because I was all like, this is what people think. This is what they do. This is what they think of me. And looking back at it now, that's so stupid. um, but yeah, I just heard the word self love and I didn't get over it. I mean, I did get over it. Self love, huge game changer. In terms of shaping who I am today. And yeah, that leads me to high school, I guess. Um, I thought I had it figured out a lot more. I was still pretty into YouTube, a lot less of Smash though. Um, I think I still was actually infatuated with that one girl for like another year, and then I finally let it go. Yeah, yeah. I think when I started doing digital media, uh, it was when I realized like, oh shit, I actually kind of like YouTube, or in terms like just in creative, these creative outlets, more than just because I could play video games and get paid for it. I really like the editing process, and I really like the filming process, and I had much more honed my comedy chops, so I just realized like, oh, this is fun. I like writing this small little skits uh and editing them together and becoming funny, I guess. And a lot of that started freshman year, and ever since then I've kind of just been trying to chase that. Um and this is also around the time where I was more happy. This is the time where I was getting more happy with my body, accepting it more. Not super happy with it, because I was all like, I was still fat, but I was okay with that. Um, it was getting easier for me to sit with the weight physically and emotionally. And I didn't really start going to the gym until after quarantine. Oh shit, quarantine was my junior year. um, so I guess I didn't really start going to the gym until I think it was a bit after I graduated. But yeah. Um, I got better at socializing. I made a lot more friends, became a lot more friendly with people. I got it got better for me to make friends. I started making friends with people who I didn't even know. um, I got to a point where there was a bit of reputation around me. Um, in terms of just being me, I guess. Um, I was cool with a lot of people, and that was really nice to have. Um, I was able to walk around the school and basically go up to a group of people and kind of just blend in. And yeah, I don't know. That was a pretty decent pretty decent year for me. Pretty decent couple years. Um, and then quarantine struck. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember quarantine? Y'all remember COVID-19? Um, yeah, quarantine struck, and it was honestly kind of chill for me. I was kind of vibing with it. Um, it was just like Zoom meetings and Among Us. That was it. That was also when I got my gaming PC. Thank God I got that. Oh my God. I got my gaming PC, and it was super fucking chill. It helped me a lot, and I also that's when Beach Couch started too. The year before quarantine, like sophomore year, me and my friend Will, uh, started a YouTube channel called Beach Couch. Um, and it was fun to just record with my best friend and like uh play games with him and edit it. Like that was when I realized like yeah, this YouTube shit is it's kind of for me. I kind of like editing and posting and stuff like that. So I got really into it. It got to a point where it's kind of an issue for me and Will, and we kind of backed away from it. Um, I don't know. The channel's still up. If anybody ever wants to look it up, I kind of want to make a video where me and Will react to some of the moments, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Um, uh, but yeah, we stopped doing that, and then quarantine hit, and then a lot of Among Us and the Zoom meetings, and the first month where when quarantine happened, the first month my house got like mold, so I think it was like asbestos. So we had to leave at the very beginning of quarantine to a very shitty hotel. Not shitty. It was a good hotel. It served us well. I appreciate that hotel. But yeah, we just lived there for like 2-3 months, and all while that was happening, a lot of not a lot of the BLM movement started, and that was when I started gaining this esoteric knowledge of like politics. I didn't even know what politics were honestly before BLM happened, and my social awareness was basically zero in terms of all those issues. But because of all of that, I had much better knowledge of it, but it was still very emotionally taxing in a sense of I like I got fucking flashbanged with all that information. Um and it was a crazy time. I remember crying to my friend just about a lot of emotions were just hitting me. Like at the same time, COVID was hitting us. I had to leave my house to a smaller hotel. I was sleeping on a futon. And I just did not have the best sleep, and also I was experiencing this awakening socially, and all of this, just a lot of things that were hitting me at that moment. But other than that, the day to day was kind of just like wake up, eat, attend some Zoom meetings, go play Fortnite or Among Us, sleep, and I was honestly okay with that. Like, yeah. Um, I do remember having this memory of trying because my friends were meeting up, and my friends were like my mom was pushing back at it at a sense because it was still quarantine. I understand the concern, but it's like I could not. I needed to see my friends, so I did, and we saw them, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And then senior year of high school, um, I did videos for my school's Very cool, Maya. I'm gonna turn the filters back on. I did videos for my school's football team, and I started making a bit of money off of making content, and that was so cool. So happy with that. And I also did some photos for the San Diego Wave. I have no idea where they are. I haven't seen any of them. I just gave them to him. And again, just very cool, very fun. I realized I like sports photography a lot. Like sports stuff. Like that's really cool. Not that I even like understand sports. I still don't understand what a down is in football. And every time I say that, people explain it to me and I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Um yeah. I had settled with a lot of my self-image issues at that point. So I was like, I don't know what's happening. And then I got attached. I got like hella attached to this one girl and ghosted me afterward. I remember feeling that summer just being absolutely devastating. Yeah, I just a lot of mental health stuff happened between the years of 2022 to now. Um and I don't want to get into it. I just kind of don't want to get into it. I'm gonna skip this whole last year. But I will update on what's happening right now. Um, Going to school for aviation maintenance. I'm not sure how much I like it. Actually, I know how much I like it. Not much. I don't like it much. Um, I'm trying to see if I can change my major to like nutrition and personal training because the gym has been really cool. I like all that stuff. I got a girlfriend. I lost her. um, and we're doing stuff. I don't know we're somewhere. We're I don't know. But right now my main concern is to really get going with all of my passion, what I want to do. Um I think that this is the turning 20 episode, I guess. So I am very excited to just get back up on the saddle and really figure out everything. No more distractions. We're just heading forward. Um I'm very happy with how the last 2 decades have unfolded. I'm very appreciative of all the people who have come through, and lent me an ear and made me feel loved, made me feel special. I'm gonna say I'm sorry for all the people who have uh not been with me the past couple. I'm sorry for all the people who have had to experience the worst part of me. Um, I'm I'm on the track to figure out a lot of stuff. I'm on the track to be the best person I can be. Without the distractions of my self image, without the distractions of my love life, without the distractions of um all that. I'm really excited to see where these next couple years take me because I feel like I'm much more locked in into who I am, what I want to do, and yeah, I got a therapist about a month ago. It was been really great to um have somebody to just bounce off ideas of to like what's up with my brain and to just talked with. I think if y'all ever want to try therapy, don't be scared to. I know I was. Um, it was a matter of like, yeah, in terms of me and therapy, was a matter of like my mom finding out and don't cut the line out. It was in terms of therapy. It was a matter of um I guess money, because I didn't know how like insurance and therapy all worked. I'm getting mine for free. Um, so it's if you just I mean, obviously, I'm in a much better position because have my mom works for a company that allows me to get free therapy, and um, but it's much easier of a process than I expected, and I definitely should have done it sooner. But now I am doing it now, and it's been it's been very good. To have really appreciate it. I don't know, especially since past couple months I've been given a lot of love and a lot of care, and I thank you for the past 2 decades. Everybody who's ever seen me, hi. Um, trying to think of more things to say because I have like a lot of more minutes to talk. Um, the goal this year, I'm gonna try to do stand up. One of the ones that I didn't think I would do is gonna happen. I'm gonna run a 5K. It's not a marathon. I just realized that recently that a marathon is not the same as a 5K. What is? Hell the fuck no! I'm not running a marathon. Shit. I'm gonna run in a race. I'm gonna be in a race. Um. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be a decent time for me to look at my bingo card and how much is. Um. I did start journaling. Um. It was on and off for the breakup and uh yeah. But now recently with the therapy, it's been much easier to try to do the journaling. Start using the planner. I have been very on and off with the planner. But I'm getting back into the groove of it with it. Lose 40 pounds. I've lost 20 pounds so far. Shout out to the breakup. Not eating for like a week and then maintaining that weight. Pretty sick. Um, run a marathon. I'm gonna say that's the 5K. Um, quit job. We'll see. Establish the podcast. Kind of dropped the ball there for a second, but we're back. We're here. We're good. Uh, do more scripted skits. I do have some written out. I have a lot of ones I need to write out. Start doing calisthenics. I can do decent pull-ups. I can do decent pull-ups. Um, also, okay, sorry. Back on the note of scripted skits, I think that I'm gonna just do scripted content in general. I have another script that I'm gonna start writing out soon that I'm really excited for because I think it's gonna. I think it's a really funny idea. Not a funny idea. I think it's a really fun idea, and it's gonna actually be useful, purposeful for me. Send a V5. Um, yeah, I've been rock climbing more again recently, and really just fucking love rock. I'm kind of back at the beginning. I'm doing more V1, V2s again. I was starting to hit V3s when I was at my peak, but five. If I have enough money to do so, I'll do more climbing. Start doing more photo shoots. I keep on asking people to do photo shoots, and we just never make plans. Please, if any of y'all are watching this and you want to do a quick little photo shoot, let me know. I don't care about being paid right now. I don't care about like that all that. I just want to keep my skills um at its peak. Yeah. Hit 100 subs on YouTube. Probably not gonna happen. I don't care if it happens. Like I said, it's a kind of a byproduct of my creativity. Stream on YouTube/Twitch. I did one Twitch stream the other day, and I had a good time. I played Valorant, unfortunately. But it wasn't bad. I'll be able to cook 3 Filipino meals. I'm gonna start learning how to cook a double this month. I've made that declaration. That's gonna happen. Uh, learn more Tagalog. I'm gonna go to the Philippines in July. I'll probably learn more Tagalog there. My free space is turned 20. Hopefully, I get there in a week. The next one is take my girlfriend out on a date. Jeepers. um, no, no. Um, learn how to produce some music. That's a really sad note. I'm sorry. Um, if it makes anybody feel better, still somewhat talking. Trying to figure it out. And if you know the further context, yeah. Learn how to produce music. Haven't really done much of that. Start using planner. Start journaling. Read a book. Good book. I don't think I've even explained what this book is. It's a book about it's a psychology book basically. It um goes through a bunch of mental shit. It just questions the way that we think, and yeah, it's really cool. I'll read out at the beginning of every chapter. It gives you a misconception about a mental process, and then it gives you the truth about it, and then it goes further in depth through the chapter with certain studies, and just it's been a really good read, especially through the breakup. Confabulation, the one I brought up earlier. The misconception is you know when you're lying to yourself. The truth is you are often ignorant of your motivations and create fictional narratives to explain your decisions, emotions, and history without realizing it. And the book goes through this whole. If you ever pick this up, I highly recommend. Start waking up earlier. Um, yeah, I have. Um, I've actually been even getting into bed even sooner recently. Um, it used to be I would get into bed and stay up until 1 a.m. on my phone. But now I'm like getting into bed at 10, like at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and I wake up at 7 and I feel very good. Start yoga. I realize how bad I actually am at moving my body. My joints are very just like ah, la, la. Create own graphics. Um, I do have Cavalry installed on my PC, on my laptop. Haven't done much with it since. Meditate. I have been meditating. Been really good. Um, a lot of people misconstrued meditation as having your mind blank for 10 minutes when I don't really use it as such. I like to use it as letting my thoughts come through. So yeah, like I will think of like the breakup, and I think of a thought, I inhale, exhale. I do that for like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, however long I feel like. And certain audios and breathing practices I like to install every now and then, but I also really very much like to do it in the sun, try to get some vitamin D, just fucking like photosynthesize I actually do paint myself green, sit out in the sun for 5 minutes, and neighbors look at it and they're like, oh, sense. Hang out with friends at least once a month. I've been doing much better at doing that. At least trying to find time with friends. And yeah, I went to Hooters not too long after the breakup, and it was really funny. I'll put a picture up of me crying with the burger. Because the initial plan was I was watching a Super Mega video, and they went to Hooters and they ordered oysters. So the plan was I was going to go to Hooters, order oysters, and cry for 15 minutes straight, but they didn't have. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. I don't know. But I just got a burger right in front of it. I wanted to take a photo with one of the waitresses and hover hand her, but I couldn't. I want to do a lot of bits there that are just gone to the wind. Um, Meet new people. To have. I mean, a lot of my social life has kind of gone down to work and school, and I guess I meet new people there. Like I'm chill with a lot of people. Um, I do sometimes think about like going out, like maybe to a club, not to drink. I'm not excited about drinking. Just to meet new people. I want to go out with friends and see the city, see the town. So that might be a plan of mine. Um, Start doing stand up. That's the most daunting one for me. Um, I told my ex like I want to have stand up material. I kind of have some stand up material for the breakup. Can I do this? And they're still all like, back to you on that. So we'll see if I have some breakup material. But that I will do on stage. Um, that is my 2024 bingo. Um, I also had another book. Shit, it was the Toaster Project. I'm like 75% through. The only reason why I didn't finish it is because I think it was kind of hard for me to like have a screen and read it because I was off. It was off my Kindle, so I don't know. I like having the physical book much. I also like having the like. I like having the ability to pencil in, somewhat annotate my thoughts. I just like put brackets around quotes that I think are interesting. Start waking up earlier. Oh my god, I can get a bingo if I just do yoga. Wait, I can get a bingo if I just do yoga. Sorry, my friend. I could ask my friend for a photo shoot, and they just said, "I finna be fugly." And I just said, "I can Photoshop all your insecurities, baby girl." So yeah. Um, I think that's gonna be the episode. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this far. I really and I know you guys are just probably close friends who are watching this, so thank you so much for playing a part in my life, if any at all. Um, I'm excited to see where this year goes, especially with new revelations, with therapy. It's all these experiences happening right now. I feel like I truly am ready to just bounce and go. No more weight holding me back anymore. I'm going to be the best person. This year and every year forward. So yeah, I really appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.